Let's talk about this right now and switch gears entirely. British comedian has 2 Netflix specials, a huge social media following, and a successful tour. Coming to our area real soon. Take a look.
We've given too much power to morons. All these reality stars and influencers pushing products on us. I saw this gorgeous one interviewed the other day. It was amazing. She was asked this question: if you could travel back in time and talk to your younger self, what would you say? And she went, I would say, you are beautiful. And then she started crying and went, I can't believe I've been so brave.
Nice.
And joining us this morning, we have comedian Russell Howard. So good morning to you.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to New York.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, of course.
So you recently crossed 1 billion views
Nice.
on social media. Hello.
Yeah.
What, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you're blowing up all over the place.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh? Yeah.
Wow.
And apparently, Taylor Swift's coming to my show.
You
Get
know,
out.
that's what you have to
Really?
say.
She's not,
That's
but
all
I knew
you
it.
have to
I knew
say.
it. Exactly.
Everyone's going to be there now.
Well, this is what I've been here for like 3 days, and the government nearly shut down, and the entire nation is talking about Taylor Swift's new boyfriend. It's so funny.
yeah,
so that was
being
my
a
thing,
football
is to
game.
make sure that I mentioned that Taylor's come to the gig, sold
Right,
out.
because then the
done.
ticket sales go through the roof. I mean, it's just like, can we leave that alone,
Yeah.
please? All right, so let's talk about the tour right now.
Yep.
Right, headed to the U.S., including right here in New York. So what can people expect?
Just a big, fat, funny show about the world.
Yeah.
Really. Just just an hour of laughs. Like, I did a special and had this phrase that laughter is the lubricant that makes life livable.
I love it.
So that's
a
the
great
point,
line.
really, of it's just, you forget how much, it's so much joy just to be in a room full of laughing people and to kind of orchestrate it. It's the best. It's the best night for me in the world. Imagine that. It's like a party and everyone faces me and I say whatever I want and then we have a laugh and then we disappear into the night.
That's the best, though. It's like hanging out with their best friend that just totally makes them laugh. Did you change how you approach each audience depending on where you are? Because New Yorkers are a lot different than someone from Idaho. Or...
Yeah. Well, but also American audiences, you're so excited. Like, you get standing ovations when you walk on here.
Right.
That doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. So this whole idea that you're kind of like tough.
Yeah.
Like, I've gigged in Holland. Like, I know tough crowds.
Oh, that's a tough crowd.
Really?
They just, that was amusing, here's my teeth. Like, it's like an... because they're listening in their second language, they're trying to kind of understand.
But wait a minute, wouldn't you say a London humor is like more of a dry humor?
See, this is the misconception that
Please,
we're dry and
I don't mean to
refined.
stereotype.
No, we're animals. We're scum. Like, the British are the worst, man. Like, when we go to... Europe knows the truth. They've seen us get off some short flights and they've seen us on the tarmac kind of wondering, we are despicable.
Yeah.
But I love the fact this is the only country in the world where I arrive and instantly everyone's like, oh my God, you're so wise, your accent, you know, but we're not, we're animals. We're called Great Britain. How arrogant are we? No one else in Europe has got an adjective.
Right.
You
It's
know,
so
like,
true.
Super Germany. We're just...
Great.
So is that how you would describe your comedic tone? Is just as an animal, you just go after
I'm not an
all
animal. No. No, I just like... I like mocking both sides. I kind of... It's such a fun job to be able to take in the world and kind of just take the mickey.
What do you make then of what's going on here? I mean, we, like you said, over the weekend we almost had a government shutdown. And what do you make of what you're seeing happening here in the U.S.?
What I find so fascinating with the States is, given your ingenuity, like you invented the aeroplane, the telephone. You were the first people to put peanut butter and jelly together as a combo. Some genius made that call.
Yeah.
But the paucity of options in politics it's the same in the UK, where you you go that option or that option, neither of which you would spend any time with at a party.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and we follow politics. I mean, say what you want about American politics. I look at sometimes what's going on in the UK, and I'm like, what is happening with who's the parliament and the people, and it's like super complex.
Oh, it's awful.
But anyway, I want to talk about podcasting because this is like all the rage. Everybody's got a podcast now. You're jumping into the thing with a Wonder Box.
Yeah.
What is that?
So basically, it comes from the German word Wunderkammer, where what they do is they have like a box and they put trinkets and mementos and things that mean stuff to them and they pass it down from generation to generation.
Okay.
So it's like a time capsule, essentially. And I thought an idea where I invite guests on and they talk about the things that they adore. In a world that's kind of like, terrible news tends to spread, but I really like it when people talk about things they adore. So that's it. Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. So weirdly, I'm just off to do do one with John Oliver, who's like an old mate of mine.
Oh my
that's
gosh,
awesome.
really? How
So
long have you known each other?
Oh, for years, yeah. So we used to,
that's awesome.
we started out in the UK together. But given that John is naturally quite glum, it'll be quite interesting to see the 5 things that, get him going.
Yeah. Tell John Oliver we said hello.
Okay.
Because he loves to use our clips during his
And make fun of
monologues
us.
and then make fun of us.
Okay.
Let him know we said hello and we cherish those.
Did you mean that?
It's in my wonder box.
But it's that thing I use. So I do a show in the UK similar where we use news clips.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's so funny when I then meet the journalists and they're like, okay, yeah. Like, yeah. Do you have that experience where you?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
we
Oh, yes.
do.
Sorry.
Russell Howard, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Good luck with
Well,
your
thank you.
tour.
Thanks, man.
All right, and he's going to be at Town Hall in New York on Thursday, October 12th. You don't want to miss him.
Yeah, and
He's
Taylor.
hilarious. Oh yeah, Taylor Swift will be there.
that's gonna be
Make
there
sure you
too.
go.